Hey guys. Okay, so here is the story about Thursday. As you know, I have my procedure Thursday and I was anxious about it, but I talked to them today and they are going to give me something to help me calm down. They just want to make sure I have a driver, and which I do, and they want to make sure that I get there early enough to allow the medicine to kick in. So they're not giving me an IV. They're actually gonna give me a medication, and it's gonna help me calm down because I feel better. I mean, it's scary. You're going into the unknown. You don't know. It, it's just weird, and it's just not something I really want to deal with when my nerves are all over the place. So they're gonna give me something to calm down. So I feel way better now, way better. Um, I went to the store and I got plenty of snacks because you cannot take heavy duty medication and not have a snack on your tummy because that can cause nausea and in some cases vomiting. So there's no restrictions on my diet or anything like that. So I can basically bring a snack along and go ahead and take that and give it time to kick in. I'll be there early enough to, you know, to handle my business. Get there early. So yeah, I'm excited now. I'm not excited, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not something, okay, I could go for a hike in the woods with my dog, or I could get a cystoscopy. I mean, it ain't that kind of party, but I'll feel better because I'll be on something that I don't really care what they do. Works for me. All right. So I want to go over some sayings that I saw. Pardon me, these are not mine. I saw these on Instagram and I want to share them with you because I really like them and they're deep. So let's do it. All right. Manipulation. Okay, let me stop myself right there. So statistically, men are more prone to being narcissists than women, although there are women narcissists. Okay. So when I say he in any of these statements, if that doesn't apply to you and she implies instead, then make sure you insert she. I'm not I'm not attacking men, I'm not brutalizing men, I'm not villainizing good men. Good men are good men and we love you for being good men. Trust me, we love you. Okay? And if you have a woman, I'm sure hopefully she loves you too. But toxic mofos, we ain't down for that shit, and you could get the hell up out of here. But women are brutal too, so like I said, if it has he, then replace it with she if that's what applies to your situation. All right, let's go. Manipulation is when he blames you for your reaction to his toxic behavior, but never discusses his disrespect that triggered you. Manipulation is when he blames you for your reaction to the toxic behavior, but never discusses his disrespect that triggered you. Why are you picking on me? Why are you doing that? Why are you talking to me like? Uh huh. Shut your ass up. Anyway, here's another one. A little reminder. You are allowed to talk about what they did to you and how it hurt you. It does not matter how they feel about you talking about it, because if they wanted people to think better of them, they should have been better. Exactly. Don't be a douche and you won't be talked about like you're a douche. Moving right along. I may not know why they did what they did to me, but I do know that it was a reflection of themselves. I no longer question what I did to cause it. I wonder what was broken in them to even justify it. Exactly. How can you justify dirty ass behavior? But they're sick, so they do. I promise you, you can't grow with someone who doesn't want to work on themselves because they play the victim and make you the villain in their story. Know the difference between someone who wants to be your travel companion and someone who wants to be your luggage. Mm-hmm. Exactly. The wrong man in your life will teach you that you can do it all by yourself. Yep. The right man will show you that you can, but won't let you. Still waiting for that day to happen. Anyway, manipulation is when he blames. Oh, wow, I know, right? Manipulation is when he blames you for your reaction to his toxic behavior, but never discusses his disrespect that triggered you. This is all manipulation. Let's talk about how you're getting angry. Let's talk about your tone of voice. Let's talk about the fact that you're cussing at me. Why are you cussing at me? Why are you cussing at me? Grow the fuck up and grow some goddamn balls. You're a hateful, abusive fucker. And so you're going to be treated as such, and people are going to recognize your behavior as manipulation. Okay, motherfucker? Anyway, some of these are going to be repeats, so let me turn this and see if I can flip that around, because that's okay. Ready? I'm a loyal person. I'm just not a people chaser. Once I get a vibe of being unwanted, I leave folks to the ones they think so highly of. Damn Skippy. I know, right? I hate when people confuse education with intelligence. You can have a bachelor's degree and still be an idiot. I say this all the time. People want to brag about, I'm older than you and I've got this experience and I've got this degree. Right, but you still can't tie your shoe without help. So shut it. College don't teach you how to be smart. They assume, or have common sense. They assume you have that when they get there, which is a wrong assumption. The best dating advice I got from my mom was, the signs you ignore in the beginning just end up being the reason you leave later. You know right away who's good and bad for you. Don't ignore that. If it feels off, it is. If you feel out of place, you are. If it feels wrong, don't do it. If your body says no to someone, a situation, or a place, leave immediately. Your body is the first to know. I told you all that, remember? Your mind is the last to accept. Trust your gut feeling and what you deeply feel. Remember, I told you your body has a built in alarm system? There you go. We just got to stop making excuses for what we feel. Your body is saying, something ain't right with this individual. You need to pay attention to me. And we start making excuses or overlooking and saying, well, not everybody's perfect and not everybody has a perfect relationship. And sometimes people have disagreements. Right. But your body ain't telling you all that. Your body's telling you something with this individual is sideways. And exercise caution. So we need to pay more attention to that. You're not attracted to an emotionally unavailable person. You're attracted to the possibility they brought about, the hope they triggered, and the promise they sparked. Unavailable people choose distance, reject vulnerability, and refuse to be known. They conceal who they are. You better believe it. You rarely know enough about them to determine whether they are right for you. You're not chasing them, you're chasing your needs that they can't meet. Once you separate your hopes and daydreams from a person, their allure often fades. You realize that they are not that special. The value you place on them is what makes them special. They can possess all the all the beautiful qualities in the world, but it doesn't matter if they aren't willing to share them with you. I'm not interested in having any form of relationship with anyone who is not willing to be accountable for their hurtful behavior towards me. Amen and amen. I'm not someone you can be passive aggressive with, gaslight, or treat indifferently, then try to throw things under the rug. Your apology needs to be as loud as your disrespect was, or you can stay away from me. Woo! We having church up in here today. That's worth repeating. Holy Mother of God, that's good, that's good, that's good. Holy shit, that's good. I'm not someone you can be passive aggressive with, gaslight, or treat indifferently, then try to throw things under the rug. Your apology needs to be as loud as your disrespect was, or you can stay away from me. Ain't that the truth? The people who support your bad behavior can kick rocks too. You aren't allowed to handle me like you handle them. I'm not one of them. Okay. If it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, and 23andMe says it's a duck, don't let someone tell you it's a dog. That's how gaslighting works. I know you think you saw what you saw, but it wasn't like that. You're twisting things up and you're seeing what you want to see. Wrong. That's called gaslighting. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that you're something special, and that can't be replaced. Your heart, your mind, your conversation, your care, it can't be replicated by anyone. Okay? Love is nothing without action. Trust is nothing without proof. Sorry is nothing without change. Some people will never reach out or speak to you again because they don't have the maturity to cope with the fact that they did you wrong and you didn't deserve it. Since they lack accountability and self-awareness, they will create false narratives about you so they don't have to feel bad about themselves. Who has experienced that, is what it says. Been there, done that. Someone said, people were created to be loved. Things were created to be used. The reason why the world is in chaos is because things are being loved and people are being used. Remember I said that too? Exactly. People think intimacy is about sleeping together. Real intimacy is when you're able to tell someone your pain, past, and trauma. When they actually accept the real you without trying to change you. When you can stand in front of them and their response is, "You're safe with me." That's true intimacy. I don't know if I said this one. I don't think I did. God allowed Peter to fall in the water but didn't let him drown. God allowed Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den but didn't let him be eaten. God will always get you out of your situation. You just have to trust him. Don't give up. Amen, if you believe it. What? Exactly. Exactly. So, if I'm a toxic person, we're going to focus on your reaction to my abuse. Because your reaction is worse than my behavior. I'm not going to focus on my behavior. Let's focus on your response to my horrific behavior. No, let's not do that. Let's focus on the fact that I'm going to eventually dump your ass. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to dump your ass, but you're going to fucking figure it out. Life is too short to be abused. And just because someone wasn't raised right, okay, and now they are horrible people. We have to deal with their shit. No, no, no. And we're going to deal with it the way the fuck we want to deal with it. If we want to scream and yell, we're going to scream and yell. If we want to cuss you and your goddamn mother out, we'll cuss you and your mother out, and you're getting out of my life. Okay? You can focus on what the fuck you want to focus on. You can focus on my attitude, my tone, the fact that I'm cussing, the fact that I'm wiggling my neck when I'm cussing you out, the fact that I'm snapping my finger in your fucking face. But one thing that you better fucking focus on is your dumbass should have been in goddamn therapy. Your parents should get smacked upside their fucking head by raising you wrong. Because they raised you incorrectly, the rest of us have to be punished. And we're not going to be punished for your toxicity. You're going to get your ass in therapy, or you're going to have an empty life the rest of your raggedy life. And those of us who have class are not going to settle for your shit anymore. So you can get mad and focus on, why does your face get so red when you cuss at me? Why are you raising your voice so loud? The neighbors are going to hear. Fuck you. That's my reaction. Fuck you and your parents, because they're the reason you're fucked up. Did we go there? Yes, the fuck I did. Your parents did not think if I kiss your ass every day from the day you come out of my fucking vagina, every day that I kiss your ass is the day that I'm poisoning your fucking head. If they thought instead of fucked, they would know that that is detrimental. That is detrimental. Why are there so many narcissistic people out here? Because people like to fuck. They fuck because it feels good, but it doesn't occur to them, I need to get my head on straight before I try to raise somebody else. It doesn't even occur to them. I expect to pay for my mistakes. I don't expect to pay for someone else's mistake, their parents' mistakes. Now I got to deal with your fucktard son. Whew. Did I just lose my shit? Yes, I did. I need to calm down. Oh, Lord child. I cannot handle dealing with somebody else's fucked upness, and then the rest of us have to deal with the result. That makes me mad. Previous friend, same thing. Okay? She has been had her ass kissed all her fucking life. So I don't want you to put a few things on the list for Christmas. I want you to make me a long fucking list. You know why? Because you're better than God himself. You are my child. You're my child. So you are better than God. You are above God. Ask Satan how well that did when he got booted out of heaven. Ask him how good that went when he was sent into the depths of the core of the earth, because he thought he was bigger and better than God too. Dumb bitch, you don't know how to raise your kid right? Let me calm myself down. Let me calm myself down. I can't stand that. We have to deal with somebody else's fucked upness. You didn't know how to raise your kids, so now we have to deal with them. That is why there's so many narcs running around, because there's so much dysfunction everywhere. Do you know how many families have narcissism through the entire god dang generation? Every single fucking generation is twisted, because nobody had enough sense to say, before we bump uglies and start making children, maybe, just maybe, somebody should stop the toxicity. Somebody should go to fucking therapy. Somebody should get their head screwed on right, so you don't have more generations that are in the head. Jesus, take responsibility for your fucked upness. I don't even know where all that came from. I guess because these are so on point. They're so on point. They're so on point. They're almost scarily accurate, to be quite honest with you. It's just, the accuracy is like frightening. Don't focus on what I did to you. Don't focus on the fact that I cheated on you. Don't focus on the fact that I have no respect for you. Don't focus on the fact that I bring you out in public with my associates. I don't have any real friends because I'm such a fake fuck that they've never seen the real me. So they're really associates. They're not friends. Don't focus on the fact that I don't introduce you to people when we go out in public. I act like I don't fucking know you. Don't focus on the fact that because I was a little intoxicated, and these are all things that have happened, by the way. Don't focus on the fact that I got intoxicated and I was making eyes at another man. And this is a girl man. He's confused about his sexuality because his parents abused him. And when you overindulge, you abuse that child. So a lot of them are fucked up about their sexuality. They question their gender. They question what they're attracted to because their brain is sick. Okay, their brain is sick. So a lot of them are sexually twisted too. That's where that shit comes from. I need to be beaten. I need to be punched. I need black and blue bruises all over my body because that turns me on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're sick. That's what the fuck's wrong with you. You're sick. All right. All right. Let me pull it together. Like I said, those are scarily accurate. And as I said before, where do you think the dysfunction goes when there's so many sick people making more people? It goes through the generations until somebody is intelligent enough in the family to say, one, I'm getting away from y'all because you're all sick and I'm not going to deal with it. You either talk to me like you got some sense or we're done. Two, I'm going to therapy. Three, I'm not going to have children who you try to use my kids as a pawn in your twisted dysfunctional games. Regardless of what you and I have been through, that's still my grandchild. Hey, fuck you, okay? Fuck you. You're dead to my child. So there you have it. That's another reason I didn't have kids, because I'm not going to bring children into a toxic, sick, twisted, demented family. I'm not doing it. That's not fair to them. Okay? And before you start grinding with people in the bed, you need to think. Think. Don't let your genitals talk. You think. Use this. Because what you do in the dark comes to light. And if you don't take responsibility for the toxicity in the family, you continue it. I wasn't going to do that. Nope, 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 and nope. And anytime you need proof of how sick people are, sit quietly. Look at all the people you've dated. Look at all the people that tried to get with you. Look at what all your friends have been through. Look at what your family members have been through. So if narcissism and toxicity was a rare thing, we would rarely meet somebody who has those toxic traits, right? Mathematically speaking. So there's got to be a lot of them for us to keep running into them. That's just science. That's just common sense. That's just math. All right? They're everywhere. Look on your job. Look at your family. Look at what your friends are going through. Look at what you've been through. These fools are everywhere. So we have to screen them out, and we have to have boundaries from square one. We have to have boundaries from square one. Okay? We have to. Just like me talking to this dumb fucker. We had a great conversation in the bar. It's a sports bar. It's not a slimy joint. It's a pretty nice place. It's got decent food, decent prices. Okay. He talked normal in the bar. And then when he was home alone, he decided to talk to me inappropriately. What are you doing? I'm watching Pornhub. That's it. We're done. That's it. You told me that you're a dog in heat. I don't associate with dogs in heat. And if I do, it's because I didn't know you were a dog in heat. Once I find out, I have to backtrack off of you because I don't like to be around toxic people that weren't raised right because their parents are too stupid to realize that you don't do that to children. You don't abuse them and you don't kiss their ass. You don't go from one extreme to the other because you will be visiting them in the state pen one day. And the only person you could blame is yourself. You didn't give them rules and regulations. Well, the rest of the world doesn't work like that. The law doesn't work like that. The law is not going to say, the judge is not going to say, well, you know what? I know your parents indulged you and they're very enabling and they're very toxic themselves. So they taught you to be toxic too. So the fact that you knocked down an old woman and you severely hurt her and broke a lot of her bones, and you robbed a bank and you sexually assaulted somebody and you did a breaking and entering in someone's home with a, with a pistol, you were armed, armed, break and enter, I'm gonna let you slide because, you didn't know any better because you were toxic and you didn't know you were toxic. So I'm just gonna let you slide. Law don't give a flying fuck what your parents do, the stupid retardation that your parents fucking do. You are going down. And your parents can spend all the money for the gas to go in the car to drive long distance to see your stupid ass in the pen all the time. Because they're dumb anyway. So all y'all kind of deserve each other. This is why my ass is single. I'm going to stay single. I am not a narcissist. I do not need somebody up in my face telling me, you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great. I don't need that. I don't need that. So narcissists need that. They cannot be alone for 5 seconds. They are punks like that. They're sissies like that. They need people to feed off of. They're basically parasites. They're parasites. So they have to leech onto somebody. They can't survive if they're not leeching onto somebody. They can't. So anyway, like I said, I feel much better about Thursday. Much better. Much better. Much better. And like I said, I will have snacks with me just in case, because like I said, you can't take heavy duty meds without having something to eat, or you will get nauseous and potentially puke, and that's just not something anybody wants to happily sign up for unless they're twisted. And I just don't want to sign up for that. I'm not twisted, so I'm good. For those of you who have dealt with narcissistic abuse, and that's what it is, it's abuse. I don't give a flying frick what those fuckers say, those toxic leeches say, because anything out of their mouth is a goddamn lie any damn way. Any of you who have been through their narcissistic abuse, please take time. Do not date anyone. Don't date anyone. Don't date anyone until you get some therapy, even if it's group therapy. Call your local hospitals, call your community centers in your area and see if there's any free groups. Look on the internet and see if there's any free groups for people who have been abused verbally, physically, narcissistically, whatever the case is. You would be surprised to know that in a group setting, there are so many people in the group that have been through the same exact thing that you have been through. The same exact thing. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to let you guys go. So, someone that I know went to a women's retreat for women who have been sexually assaulted. And the facilitator of the group, there were tons of women there, okay? A whole bunch of women were there at this retreat. And the facilitator of the group said, raise your hand if you've been sexually assaulted at any point in your life, or you've been mistreated sexually. Almost every woman raised her hand. Almost every woman raised her hand. So don't fucking tell me you gotta choose better. Choose better from what? You're looking at a sewer filled with people, and the people are shit. Choose better how? And they're pretending they're good people because they're used to lying their asses off. They're used to pretending that they're a good person. They're used to misrepresenting who the hell they are. They don't wear a sign that says, avoid me, I'm terrible. Choose from what? Okay? I went to a support group for women who have been abused and sexually treated in an improper way. And almost every woman in that group had family members or friends of their family that have sexually assaulted them. But you want me to choose better. Choose from what? Because what's out there is not good. Choose from what? An imaginary set of people in the sky? This is common. Abuse is common. Physical abuse is common. Verbal abuse is common. Sexual assault is common. You need to go to support groups and you need to get the freaking fuzz off your eyes because you're not seeing what's really happening. If you've never been through it, consider yourself lucky because this is commonplace. Not only is sexual assault, for example, not only is that commonplace, it's commonplace for family members to turn a blind eye to it. Oh boy, Grandpa's got his trousers on the floor in Susie's room again. Well, anyway, that's not my business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You'd be shocked at how many family members turn a blind eye to this bastard in the family touching other members of the family who are children. Girls or boys, it makes no difference. This is the world we live in. You cannot live in fluffy land, okay, where everybody has a smile on their face 24 hours a day. You got to wake up because you're naive as hell. And you're the first person who would get had by these toxic fucks because you're sitting here thinking, well, everybody's really nice. There's only a few that are not. You got to be shitting me. And the few people who are nice, who are decent, guess what? Guess what? They're damaged psychologically by people who weren't. So yes, they're good people, but they're distrustful because of what they went through. Okay? Please. I would love to choose better. There's nothing to choose from. Anyway, people, like I said, they get into bed and they start grinding and they pay no attention to the fact that what they're doing is so big and so colossal, having a child that you're responsible for. And not one person, well, I can't say not one person. There's probably 5 people in the entire world before they make children. They probably go, let me get some therapy because I want to make sure I don't transfer toxicity that's in my head to my child. I'm responsible for another human being and I don't want to continue the familial, generational curses. I don't want to continue that with my children. So before I start bumping uglies with somebody, before I get naked with somebody, before I assume that this dude I met in a bar would be a good parent, let me put my head on straight and let me do this the proper way, because I could either make somebody, meaning their child, or I could break them. And the scales could go either way at any time if I don't get my head on straight. Yeah. Nobody thinks about that when they're getting knocked up or getting somebody pregnant, do they? Because they're too busy having a good time and too busy moaning and groaning and, oh my God, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. There's more to it than that. You better fucking pay attention. You're responsible for somebody else. We got enough poisonous people running around. Enough. Somebody got to take responsibility. This ain't about formula and diapers and cute outfits and bows in the hair and oh my God, your baby is so cute and showing off your baby. This is, you are responsible for another human being. This is colossal. It's huge. All right? Don't get caught up in the stupidness. There's more to it than baby outfits and little booties and oh my God, everybody going, ooh, ah, look at your baby. Oh my God. There's so much more to that. Raise your children correctly so that we don't have to deal with their toxicity, because those of us who are a little bit older, a little bit wiser, we've been dealing with it up to here and we're done. We're done with it. For those of you who do raise your kids properly and you do hold them responsible for their behavior and you don't allow toxicity, thank you, thank you, thank you. But you are few and far in between. We need more like you. Can you clone yourself, please? Okay? That's what we need you to do. Anyway, you guys take care. Much love. And hopefully everything will go good on Thursday. And with heavy duty medicine, hey, do what you got to do. Whatever. Do what you got to do. Whatever. Yeah. I'll be singing, what's that song? Up. How's it go? Up and away. My beautiful balloon. Quit laughing. It's not funny. All right, y'all take care. Much love. Bye.